And Manchester City, I mean, by their standards, they're not competitive in the Champions League, are they? Year in, year out. And you wonder why, because the players they've got, the manager they've got, he's done it before. It will always be levelled at him that he went to Bayern Munich, couldn't do it. He's gone to Man City, couldn't win the Champions League. He could only do it with Messi in the team. That will always be levelled at him. But he loses his head seemingly in the Champions League, doesn't he?
He becomes the Tinkerman too much, because you think the Spurs one, they should have got themselves through, but the team shape, and he left De Bruyne out first leg and ultimately lost that first leg. But it was the Lyon one that I couldn't get my head around, because Manchester City at the time, and if Manchester City played the way they play and Lyon played the way they play, Manchester City would beat them, I'm pretty much sure 9 times out of 10.
Absolutely.
But the fact that Pep was so kind of worried about what Lyon was doing, he changed the whole shape to match up against Lyon. I think he showed them way too much respect, and sometimes that backfires, which it did on them. And that's the only time I'd have to say where you go, Pep, you completely got it wrong there, because you, on paper, not even on paper, on the grass, you are better than Lyon.
Yeah. It was inexplicable what happened, and you could look at it and say, remember Monaco when it was like goals aplenty, ridiculous. You know, he set up very strangely against them as well. And when they lost to Spurs, there was a lot of VAR going on, but that's 4-3 at home. And at the away leg, they missed a penalty as well. So the whole thing was just, it really wasn't Pep-like. It wasn't Man City-like. That's what I mean. He just seems to lose his head. And I think if the fans look at it and they say, well, yeah, but it was VAR against Spurs, a little bit unlucky, it was away goals against Monaco, unlucky against Lyon, or whatever it might be, all the excuses they might find, it keeps happening season after season. So what is the explanation? And also, does it help that it looks like they've got the league wrapped up? He could also, in a quiet moment that he'd never say out loud to Pep Guardiola, he might just say, I've seen Jurgen Klopp off. They've had a couple of seasons in the sun, and they can't handle it anymore. No. I'm still here. I did back-to-back, no problem. I'm still here. I'm about to win the league again. Now I'm going to stay calm because the league's wrapped up. I'm going to go and win the Champions League as well.
Yeah, you're probably right. He probably won't prioritise the Champions League, but you know full well. He's won the Premier League. He's back-to-back 100 points, 100 goals, whatever they got. So he's done
100
that.
points. It's incredible.
It's incredible. So he will know himself, right? Even though he can't come out and say it, he knows full well that he has to win this Champions League, and I'm sure he will prioritise it. So it wouldn't surprise me if this season now he just goes, you know what, just go out there and play. Champions League, just go, don't worry about formations and all that. Play who you think is your strongest team, and let them worry about you.
Well, there's no excuse when it comes to Gladbach, who are basically mid-table,
8th
in the Bundesliga. So there's no excuse whatsoever. If they do go out to Gladbach, then we know that he's completely spooked by the Champions League. His head has gone when it comes to the Champions League. Love to hear from City fans on why he hasn't done it in the Champions League yet, despite the fact so dominant in the Premier League, at least a couple of those seasons. So why hasn't he done it in the Champions League? 08717 22 3344. It's Drive on talkSPORT with Toolstation, tools and more for any task.